For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen. Before you know it, the UNK wrestling team will be back at it, looking to defend their D2 national title from last March. This week I talked to head coach Dalton Jensen about the Lopers preseason.
Yeah, I mean, similar to last year, just got a really solid team. The talent and the depth that we have is incredible, and so we've just kind of been in the thick of preseason, now transitioned into where our hours have been expanded in our training since October 10th. So now we're just kind of getting these guys down to weight and in shape, and we'll be looking at hitting up our inter-squad meet to kind of determine our lineup for at least those initial duels. We'll be hitting that up on November 1st, and then start competing just right after that. So it's coming up fast.
It's a good problem to have, but what's it like going into a season coming off a national championship? Any different for you?
Oh, not really. Even just when you return back to Kearney after a national championship, or if you get second, it's the work ahead of you is the same. You get ready for hosting those youth kids tournaments and hosting camp and everything and back to recruiting. So everything kind of just goes on the same. But yeah, I mean, I think the quality of team that we had last year, and then I think again this year is really just a testament to our depth that, we have just a lot of guys that can step into the lineup and I think go compete for being a national qualifier or an All-American. So, when you have 40-plus guys on the team and only 10 varsity spots, that's kind of tough. It leaves a lot of guys maybe not satisfied and not getting that opportunity to go compete at the postseason, and they're putting in the same amount of work as everybody else on the team. So, but at the end of the day, that's just a competition you got to have internally to have that kind of caliber of team.
We're talking with Loper wrestling coach Dalton Jensen. And Dalton, when you look back at it over the years, that recipe has really worked out for you. Yeah,
I mean, we've been very fortunate, had a lot of success, and I think obviously have this nice brand new facility that we get to train in, and I think we've just had a lot of sustainability over the last couple of decades. A lot of that a testament to Coach Bauer, our athletic director, who was the head coach for 17 years prior to me, and now I'm going on my 10th year. So I mean, you're talking over a 27-year span. We've only had 2 head coaches, which I think that just kind of helps with this, again, kind of keeping that sustainability and just obviously attracting not just local talent, but talent from across the country. And even and for this year, for the sake across the world, we have a wrestler from Cuba and we have a wrestler from Mongolia this year. So that are both junior college national champs that I think will add a ton of value to our lineup.
As a whole, who all returns for you? How many starters you have back?
So we have 4 returning All-Americans, that being Jackson Kinsella, Crew Howard, Zach Areta, and Joseph Arola, and then 2 additional national qualifiers beyond that being Trent Munoz and then Cale Robbs. So, 6 guys that were at the national tournament last year that are returning. That's kind of that experience is, I think, huge for maybe replicating or having another shot at chasing another national title, and then sprinkle that in with some other guys that enter our lineup or that have had some lineup experience and are some young guys that spend a lot of time in the off season developing that I think could emerge and do well. And again, maybe sprinkle that in with a couple of transfers that have had also some success and some experience as well.
You mentioned facilities a little earlier. How much of a help has the Blessing facility been for you in recruiting people?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of get excited to bring recruits in town, whereas maybe before when we were stuck in that little dungeon in the basement, you're almost maybe in before even the locker room update too, it's almost maybe embarrassing to bring kids and show them our facilities. Whereas now you get excited about it and you kind of watch their reaction as they walk into the facility too. I mean, they're excited about it and they can kind of envision themselves, being a part of that. And even when kids are on their visits too, I mean, they see our guys just throughout the day that are just trickling in here, whether they're just lounging around, taking a rest, or if they're coming in working on homework, or if they're getting an extra workout in. I mean, our 43 guys are pretty much living in here. Pretty much, it's like Grand Central Station the entire part of the day.
Today, our guest is UNK wrestling coach Dalton Jensen. Before you know it, the Lopers will have their season underway. And Dalton, we talked about the Blessing facility, but also how about all of the bells and whistles you have there at the Health and Sports Center and Loper Vision? That has to be a heck of an advantage.
You think about the resources that we have here, because a lot of the kids that we're overlapping with for recruiting, or the teams we're overlapping with recruiting, is a lot of Division I schools. So I think this facility and the resources that we have here at UNK rivals a lot of what a Division I has. So, I mean, even reflecting back to, Coach Sorensen and I competed at Iowa State, 15, 20 years ago, I suppose, at this point. But, I mean, we were a top, 3 Division I program in the Big 12 at that time. And thinking now what we have here at this time now comparative to then, like, we have more resources than, Andrew and I did at Iowa State. So, I mean, these kids, you just keep supplying them more and more. We have a nutrition station and things like that where, in some aspects, I think we're giving these guys a very realistic Division I type of experience.
You mentioned the Cyclones. You have a duel scheduled with them. You have to be excited about that.
We do. We like to test ourselves against the best, and last year maybe overdid it. Last year, I think we ended up dueling 3 teams that finished in the top 15 at the Division I national tournament. So, but no, that's what we seek, is to go test our guys against the best competition, and so that way they can continue to evolve and keep growing in their wrestling. And so yeah, Iowa State, we reached out to them to see if they'd be interested in dueling us, and sure enough, they said yes and invited us over. So that second week in November, we'll go over there. I think they're preseason ranked 3rd or 4th, so it'll definitely be a good test for us.
Now, do you have a hard time getting people, Division I's, to email you back when you say, "Hey, we're little UNK here. Can we come over and duel with you?" Yeah,
I mean, I'll spend that first part of the the summer kind of just reaching out to 4 or 5 Division I's, just trying to get anybody to take us up on a duel. And obviously your smaller Division I's, I just don't think maybe they see the benefit of it. Some teams that maybe we would be kind of really competitive and neck and neck with, I obviously don't think they see the risk reward in dueling us. So usually these top Division I's, though, like a Nebraska, Iowa State, or UNI, they don't have any problem saying yes. So they'll take the opportunity to use us as I'm sure in their reflection, just think it's gonna be a tune-up duel for them to kind of get ready for the season. But we're gonna compete as hard as we can and test ourselves. So.
Well, I have to think your blue-gold meet, your inter-squad meet, to get things started, that there could be some great wrestling there for folks to check out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have a couple weights where you might see a couple guys that have competed at the national tournament that are now at the same weight class and trying to hash it out. And I think one weight that sticks out for me in particular is 184. We have Caden Hart, who's been a couple-time national qualifier for us, and now he's moved up to 184 and put on a lot of size and is looking really good. And additionally, we have a transfer in Lazaro Crespo, who is a junior college national champ for Fort Hays Tech down in Goodland, Kansas. So, I mean, those 2 guys are going to go battle it out, and it's tough because one's a junior, one's a senior, so one of these guys is maybe just not going to emerge in the lineup. And it kind of makes you sad. You want to see everyone kind of reach their goals, but at the end of the day, that's just the I guess if you want to call it, unfortunate byproduct of having a competitive team and some solid depth. So that way we can actually go have the opportunity to go chase the team title.
And that is UNK wrestling coach Dalton Jensen. What a year it should be for the Lopers again. Of course, their preseason is continuing. Everyone is welcome to their blue-white inter-squad scrimmage, and that is set for November 1st at 11 a.m. at the Health and Sports Center. For KRVN Sports, I'm Jason Jorgensen.